Hey everybody, Prince's friend here. We are live. We're doing our live stream. That's the thing that we do every month, and it's pretty good here. So I'm gonna give everybody a couple minutes to show up before I start rambling. But I will say that the most exciting thing just happened today. Um, I actually had a really cool conversation with some people who are doing some things, and I may be able to become a part of those things. um, so right now we're still in the talks, but there's some stuff brewing that I'm pretty excited that I might be able to be a part of, using my writing chops and my knowledge of prints in order to, um, you know, bring betterness to the world. So that's really, really cool. And I hopefully will have more information on that soon, because I everything's not cemented right now, so I can't really talk about it yet. But soon, definitely soon. Um, so the other thing that happened today is we hit 7,000 subscribers. So yay us! And I pat myself on the back, and then you guys pat yourselves on the backs. But but oh man, 7,000! That happened really really quickly. If I recall, around the beginning of celebration, I was like, "Hey, I'm almost at 5,000," uh, and now just 2 months later, um, we're at 7,000. Like that's really amazing. I can't. I mean, I don't even really know what to say. Like you guys blow me away every single day. And thank you to Isabel, who reminded me that, hey, weren't you supposed to be doing a live stream tonight? Yeah, I was supposed to be doing that. I was eating dinner and I was watching the Leah Remini Scientology documentary thing. It was very, very interesting. I enjoy that show quite a bit, actually. So, um, gosh, what else is going on? So apparently, um, I posted a Rosie Gaines video right at the right second, apparently, to benefit from the fact that it was her birthday. I did not know this, but her birthday was a couple of days ago. So happy birthday, Rosie. We love you. But it was so interesting was that the reasoning behind that video was that I recently listened to the Prince podcast where they interviewed Rosie Gaines's daughter, and they were talking about like, hey, these shirts that the PRN alumni made, is those are going to be, very special. All the proceeds are going to go to Rosie Gaines, and that was why I wanted to do some sort of video. But I was like, I don't want to just do like a, hey, you should go buy a shirt video. I mean, that's kind of boring. So I started thinking about what I could do. I was like, I'm still processing some of her albums, so I wasn't ready to do a review of one of her albums. But I decided, I was like, you know what? Let's delve into the history and let's talk about why she might have left the MPG. And apparently, people really like that topic, especially around her birthday. So I posted it about a week ago, and within the last week, my "Why Did Rosie Gaines Leave the MPG" video has become my third highest viewed video, and out of the whole thing that I've been doing here, it's ridiculous. Um, but it's really, really crazy. Um, oh, okay. So I did some research. I was trying to see if maybe she had passed, um, but I did not find any proof that she had passed. But I assumed that it was because it was her birthday, that that's why I was getting all of the traffic. If she had actually passed away, then that's not good. I was not looking forward to that. I was really hoping that my video would bring awareness to the shirts. Everybody would go and buy the shirts, and then everybody would be able to, that money would go to her, and we'd be able to possibly get her some more money to help her with her health. And I really, really want to see her make a strong recovery. That's the hope. But we did hit 7,000. Possibly working on a book deal thingy going on. We also, it was closer to the beginning of this month, but we hit our 2-year anniversary of this channel. So very, very exciting. Just lots of stuff going on. Like right after we hit the 2-year, we immediately hit 7,000. I think that is showing us something. And there's a lot of things that happen when we hit 10,000. I don't know if you guys know how the hierarchy of the number of subs for your YouTube channel and everything works, but like 1,000 is when you can monetize, and when you hit 10,000, it opens up a slew of new options, like having the ability to have like a community board on your channel at 10,000. Also at 10,000 is when you start getting into like the ability for the YouTube channel lottery for you to get like featured and, you know, all that stuff. So we are getting really, really close. We're at 7,000 now, and we should be hitting 10,000 pretty soon here. My guess was that, you know, conservatively, we would hit about 10,000 by the end of 2018. But if we keep growing the way that we're growing, it'll be far before that. So I don't even think I'm going to do a separate 7,000 subscribers video. I have been doing those, but it's just really amazing that we've been able to hit these heights, and at the speed that we're hitting them is amazing. So thank you so much, everybody there. Says, will we get a Prince video DVD collection? I would assume that we would. All of that music is going to end up getting taken over by Sony, so I guess it's a decision of whether Sony wants to release that. I guess the next question would be, do you need a Prince DVD video collection if all of the videos are on YouTube? And I would argue no, unless we're thinking that there's going to be some reason that they're going to pull it or do something weird. But if they're on YouTube and they're there to stay, then you really don't need a DVD collection unless you don't have internet, I guess. You know, but otherwise just watch them on the internet. I think the biggest thing with, and I did just post it, I believe it was yesterday, I posted the video about the deal with Sony. One of the biggest things for me was that they're going to start releasing all of the videos for those years. And that's the big thing, because, you know, I've seen a lot. I already own all the albums, but I've only seen a handful of the videos from those years where he wasn't super big and blowing up and on MTV all the time. So I'm really excited to see the videos that I haven't seen before. I've seen a lot of them, but I haven't seen nearly as many as I would like to have seen. When I was at Celebration 2018, they actually had Box of Chocolates. They had a video for Box of Chocolates, and I'm like, or Chocolate Box. I was like, they have a video for this song? And of course they did, because Prince always recorded videos. He had a fun time with that, but he didn't put it on internet, or he didn't put it on the music stations, because they weren't paying him what he felt that his music and his art was worth. And, you know, there you go. Let's see. I see Vodun Pri says, I purified myself in the lakes of Minnetonka. Awesome. I'm glad you did. I actually did hear that all of the festivities around the bench and the mural went really well, and I'm hoping everybody have good luck, hopefully. Did I know that Joe Jackson died? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Let's see. Yes, Isabel, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I heard Prince going to release his albums by Sony. Where did you hear that? Because I did a whole video about it. Hopefully you heard it from me. Except the fact that it was really funny, and I went and posted on their videos, but both the Violet Reality and the Purple Underground scooped me on that one, and they totally had their videos up for that before I did. So, I mean, there you go. I was actually late because I was working on my 5 reasons why Stare is the best of the perfect Prince song, and I did post that. I said in the last live stream that I was going to do that video, and I wanted to make sure that I had it out before tonight when we did the live stream. So, but that was a really fun video to make too, because there's probably way more reasons than 5 that Stare is the best Prince song like ever. But 5 was good. I think 5 covered it. So let's see. Purple Rain or Kiss? Like, just the song? I guess probably Purple Rain. I'm a big fan of the power ballads though, which Kiss is definitely not. This seems like a strange comparison. Like I wouldn't even compare those two songs. Like if you said Purple Rain or Parade, then I'd say the Purple Rain album. I think it was better than Parade. If you watch my reviews, Parade was a little bit of a letdown for me personally. Even though it had a bunch of good tracks on it, I think as a whole, obviously, Purple Rain was the better album. But Purple Rain, the song versus Kiss the song, probably Purple Rain, because I like power ballads. So there's that. Hi, Mike. Yeah, hi to everybody. By the way, I don't want to say hi to everybody who said hi, but yes, hi to everybody. September 13th is at First Avenue. Folks can pay per view it. Yeah, they can pay per view. There's going to be a that's where they're doing the new power generation with Morris Hayes and whatnot. I meant to do a video about that, but I got way busy, so maybe later. But September 13th, there's time. I can still do a video for it, but I'm actually excited about that. I'm going to pay per view it because it's the original MPG lineup too for that, which I was pretty excited about that. I mean, I think they're just missing. They're just missing Maite. Like, and then otherwise, it's basically the early '90s MPG. So there you go. Who is my second favorite artist after Prince? Probably Childish Gambino, if you ask me today. I've been jamming on Bino for quite a bit, and he just blows me away with every album. Every album gets way better, and his flow gets better. He gets better musicians and beats, and it gets deeper. And I really, really dig him. I think well, you didn't ask me for a third, so I'm not gonna come up with another, but probably Childish Gambino, which is probably why I talk about Childish Gambino a bunch on the channel as well. I know he's not Prince, but I think that he's probably going to be the closest approximation to the creativity of Prince. Now that Prince is now passed. So thank you, Tony, for the congrats. I heard in the news we will see 1995 to 2015 released. I heard Raven went, oh yeah, yes. I'm the new. I did a video. Watch the videos. Did I call Sign of the Times a soundtrack? No. And I actually did talk about that. I don't remember where it was, but Sign of the Times is not a soundtrack. Sign of the Times is an album. And then there was a Sign of the Times movie, which used some of that music, but it was not just the soundtrack to the movie. The movie had actually completely different versions of those songs. So they actually are two different things. But that does mean that Warner Brothers still owns the Sign of the Times movie. So yeah, and that's basically the split. The soundtracks are going to be Purple Rain, Parade, Graffiti Bridge, Batman. Those are the 4 albums that Warner Brothers is going to keep possession of. And then everything else is going to move over to Sony, and there you go. And I don't know why they made that particular deal. There's no real information about who even, it was Troy Carter who ended up making the deal. But like, I think if he had made the wider deal with Warner Brothers, I think a lot of people would have been mad, even though, and I keep reminding people of this, Prince had an issue about ownership. He had no issues with distribution or the way that his music was promoted. And he said this on several occasions that he had no ill will towards Warner Brothers as a company. They did a good job promoting his music and doing what they needed to do, but he had an issue with the ownership. And he signed other deals with Arista Records and a bunch of other companies to help with the distribution. And he just said, hey, but by the way, I'm keeping all of it. It is all mine. So as long as that's the deal, is that Paisley and the estates retains ownership of it and Sony gets to distribute it, who cares? Right? I just want the music out there. And that was that was a huge comment that I kept getting on the video where I announced it. And it was very annoying. And it was a lot of people saying, who cares? Why don't you just release the unreleased stuff? Getting his albums out there, the albums after the Love Symbol album. You have to get those out there because there are so many people who are now drawn to Prince's music now that he's passed, because we as a human species only appreciate people when they're gone. But we need to have the albums out there so that people can get them and start absorbing them and loving them. And I love the fact that the next album review that I'm going to do is for the Gold Experience, which is the first one that Sony is going to be putting out. It's the first of the year. So we're done with all of the Warner Brothers years. The next one is the Gold Experience. So I'm very excited about that being the next Prince review that I'm going to do. I have a couple of other reviews I'm going to do before that one, but that's the next Prince one. And everybody seemed to really like the Dangerous review that I did. So I was very thankful for that. I did say some stuff that was not necessarily the nicest about Michael Jackson in that video, of that, you know, he stole music and didn't understand pop culture phrases and whatnot. But, you know, those are just, it's all just opinions, right? You know, I also released the Why Prince Sucks Because of the Internet, and everybody seemed to really enjoy that one, of course, except for the few people who still can't get over the title of the videos, which is, you know, Why Prince Sucks. He doesn't suck, but these are the reasons why people think he sucks. I could change the videos to Why People Think That Prince Sucks, but I don't know, it's not as catchy. Why Prince Sucks. It's boom, 3 words. Anyway, have you ever heard Just My Imagination by Prince? I have. I believe that was a live performance during a Lovesexy year. So yeah, I definitely have seen that. You made your own Camille album. That's interesting. What if they release a Camille album? I think I answered this in the last one. Camille was basically the tracks from Sign of the Times and a couple of the tracks from the B-sides, and then one other song that wasn't released. So we've heard the Camille album, just not together as the Camille album. The question I have for you is, if you keep something that belonged to Prince, what would it be? I don't know, probably just like whatever he was willing or whatever he wanted to give me. I don't think I would take anything, but if he offered me something, I would treasure it. So I don't really know what that would end up being, but I definitely would not take something. You know, it's funny because I was just thinking to myself earlier today that, like, if I knew Prince, I don't know if Prince would necessarily like me all that much. Like, I don't play basketball. I'm definitely not a vegetarian. You know, like, I think me and him might, you know, we might bond over our love of music, but I'm also not a musician, you know? So like I don't know, we're very different people. And yet, you know, he taught me a lot about, you know, life through his music and stuff. So there you go. We will get, I mean, they said everything. So Crystal Ball release, Cameron, they did say that everything after the Gold Experience. So that would be Crystal Ball would be in there as well. Stare is awesome. Yes, it is. Did a whole video about it now. Can't wait to see everything they are going to come out with. When I was in this June, Chaz Smith told me good things were coming. Were going to happen soon on the private investigation. So here's my thing on the private investigation and the Justice for Cuz movement and whatnot. I am not really sure. I don't see it going anywhere. As soon as the you know, the police closed their investigation and said they're like, seriously, stuff definitely happened, but we have no way of proving anything. There is zero evidence, and Prince was such a private person that there is nothing that we can use as leverage or to prove anything. So I applaud Chaz for continuing on and really wanting to get justice for Prince, but I don't know where that's going to go now. So I'm keeping an eye on it. And like if Chaz wants to come on the channel, I would love to talk to him about the future, and maybe he can clarify some of that for me, because I really don't know where it's going now. We can all just kind of sit around and go like, man, we should really catch the person, but like, and it's 2 years later, so after 2 years, if the case isn't solved, there's a very high chance that it's not going to get solved, and it sucks. But that's just, it sucks. I'm just going to say that it just sucks. Black Album or Love Sexy? Love Sexy. That's easy. I just rebought Purple Rain, the movie. Yes. So this is actually something I'm considering doing. I actually packed up all of my Prince CDs and everything and I threw them into storage somewhere, and I don't even know where they are. I have everything digitized, so that's how I've been listening to my Prince music. But I've been thinking about possibly rebuying my Prince collection, especially now that a lot of the albums are going to be coming out, and then I can do some unboxings and stuff like that for you guys. Put in the comments there if that's something that you guys would be interested in, if I started to use the money from the channel to rebuy my Prince collection, and then I used that to open the CDs and show you guys what it looks like and all that stuff. If that's something that's interesting to you, let me know. Let's see. Hi from Portugal. Ooh, awesome. I have fans in Portugal. That's awesome. Thank you for letting me know. Everybody let me know where you're from. I love knowing. Let's see. I'm definitely excited for the Sony deal as well. That's my son, my oldest there, and he keeps walking through the kitchen, even though I told him that I'm doing this. They should release the 1986 birthday show. I'd be cool with that. Yeah, I'd be down with that. Bob George or Tricky? What's the song Tricky? I think I don't know that one. Yeah, I mean, so Vodun Priest, you say, I want all the music in the vaults so bad. And yes, I do. And I think I talked about this last time too. I'm not really sure, but I have mixed emotions about releasing that stuff, because when I look at the Purple Rain Deluxe album, and the disc of unreleased tracks was a pretty good mix of some amazing stuff, and then some stuff that, like, there was a reason why Prince did not release that. You know what I mean? And there was also the discussion about, like, they hope that they don't remaster Prince's stuff and that they don't try and change it. But for the majority of the stuff in his vault, there is no way to do that. Like, from what I had learned about Prince from my research and watching documentaries and listening to interviews and stuff like that, is that he literally would come up with an idea and he would record it really sketchy and then put it in the vault so that later on he could go back and take it and massage it into an actual song. So, I mean, I think it's just going to be a matter of, do we trust people? Like, who do we trust to go through and fine tune those things? But like, he didn't fully record a ton of music and then just not release it. Most of it was incomplete tracks that he then put away so that he could bring them out later. And again, if other people have more information that refutes that, please let me know. But this is just the information I've gotten from my research and interviews and whatnot. So let's see. I think that the Prince estate did a great job signing on with Sony. I still wish they'd do a huge-ass box set, 1978 to 2015, including Crystal Ball and Black Album. I mean, why would they why would they do a giant box set when they can just charge you for each one individually? Let's so yeah, Lover, Sex, or Possessed? I think Lover, Sex. There you go. Are albums like Musicology and Crystal Ball going to be on Tidal and Spotify, etc.? I don't know. I don't know, actually. I don't have a Tidal subscription right now, so I'm not exactly sure where we are with the Tidal thing. I also heard that the family is trying to renege on their agreement that they just signed with Tidal, because now Tidal is being accused of a bunch of stuff. So, there you go. Do you think that they'll make a 3D version of Prince for special concert appearances? I hope not. Are they going to re-release MPG Music Club stuff? I would think that they would. I would think at least the full albums that they did. But honestly, like, all we know is that Sony can do whatever the hell they want, but we don't know what they want. And that's the next step. We need to know what it is that they are wanting to do with Prince's music. You can just, I mean, they could just throw it all up and be like, hey, here's everything. Or they could actually come up with like a cool plan of how to release it and stuff like that. I think that's how I would do it. And honestly, I'm actually good with them releasing one album a year still, or possibly two if you like get the beginning of the year and the end of the year. Release it how Prince would have released it. Like, I don't need to download another 1,000 tracks right now. Give me a few at a time. I'm good that way. So there's that. Let's see. My fave tracks on Gold Experience is P Control and The Most Beautiful Girl. Now, I think Now and Endorphin Machine, those are mine. I really like Gold. I Hate You is really good. Billy Jack Bitch. Yeah, there's a lot of really good ones on there. Let's see. You should do a Kendrick Lamar album. Yeah, it's on the list. Was just turning off the light, and there's Princess Friend. Aw, thank you, Vicky. I appreciate you coming. I know it's late where you're at. And yeah, thank you. I appreciate you being here. I just want concert releases. What about the live experience? That should come out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would love to have some more of the concerts released. I would love that. Tony, I don't care too much for Sony Music after what they did to Michael, but Prince had a good agreement with Sony in 2004, so I'm glad that the music is coming out. Yeah, I also heard from another commenter that they did some stuff with Lady Gaga that wasn't all that hot either. So, I mean, that's the thing about the record business is I don't know. I don't know what they did with Michael. I don't really know what they did with anybody else. I'm happy that somebody is going to take the reins and really push this forward. And hopefully Sony doesn't mess it up. So I'm glad they're moving in the right direction with the other albums and not so stuck in the 80s. And I think that that's true to a point. Right now, just because of agreements and licensing and stuff like that, the 80s stuff is all that has been available. Them putting out the other albums doesn't necessarily mean that the new material that we'll be getting won't still be stuck in the 80s. So I'm really hoping that now that they're opening it all up, it will allow us to get more varied tracks from Prince's catalog and his vault. So when am I going to do a history album by MJ? Dude, I just did the Dangerous one. It's so funny. Like, it's always like, I know you're promoting this movie or this album, and I know you worked really hard on it, but what's next? It's just like, enjoy the thing that you got that I just did. Enjoy that first, and then I'll get to the next thing. Let's see. For Mike, I will quote LL Cool J, and I will say, don't call it a comeback. Because he's been here for years. 2004 Musicology was not Prince's comeback. It was not a comeback because he had been releasing music the whole time. He didn't have anything to come back from. That was the year that he decided he wanted to make a big promotional push, and then that worked. But he never went anywhere, so he never had to come back. Let's see. Oh no, I lost my place. I hate it when it does that. Here it is. You love the Dangerous review. Thank you. I worked hard on that one. Let's see. Did you watch T? Oh, the World Cup. I don't watch any sports. I'm actually not a sports person. I'm just not. No sports at all, no matter what the sport. I do like hockey, but only if it's live. Like, I like live hockey. Every other sport, live or on TV, not good. So let's see. Did anyone ever name a Final Fantasy character as Prince? I never did, but I'm going to do that now. All right. Oh, there's one vote for the unboxings. Okay, cool. Well, now I'll do it because one person wants to see it. All right, Gianella, I'm going to ignore your comments just entirely. And that's not to be mean, but you really seem to be harping on Maite's daughter, Gia. Seriously. She is adopted. Maite has told the story about how she adopted Gia. Just deal with it. It's okay. You don't have to like it. It's fine. But I'm going to just go ahead and ignore all of your comments regarding that. Please feel free to say other things or have other discussions, but I'm not going to talk about that. That sounds like a great idea to rebuy your Prince collection. Well, thank you. Okay. That's 2. That's 3 from Stacy. Thank you, Stacy. Let's see. I know this would never happen, but release the colored version of Under the Cherry Moon. I don't know. I don't think I need that. It's going to be the same movie, just in color. Like, what does that change? It doesn't really change anything except that it removes kind of the old-timey movie, like old romantic foreign film feel of it all. So, like, I want that. I like that. I like that feel. So, yeah, no, don't release it in color. Let's see. I should be the one to manage the vault. Well, thank you, Isabel. You know, the interesting thing is they actually posted a job posting. I think it was a few months ago. They posted a thing and they were looking for somebody to help with organizing the back rooms and the information and all that stuff. And obviously I live in Florida, not Minneapolis, so that's not a perfect job for me, just due to location. But if I lived in Minneapolis, I would have been all over that. All over it. So we got the ATL, we got Canada, we got Houston. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Let's see. Maite said they were behind the scenes from the 7 video. See, I'd like to see some behind the scenes stuff. I think that would be pretty cool. Let's see. Prince's cousin went to the television show called The 4, but he didn't go through all of the judges say no, they didn't even let him pass, even though he was a relative of a famous person. I mean, well, you know, being a relative of a famous person doesn't get you talent. I don't know Jazz. I don't know Chaz. Whoever cousin, you just said cousin. I assume it's Chaz. It's the only cousin that I know. But, you know, being related to Prince doesn't make you talented. I would love, and Wesley, I would love to see some unreleased music videos as well. Most definitely. Undertaker or Kama Sutra. I actually listen to the Kama Sutra quite a bit when I'm just when I'm writing or when I just need some really like interesting background music. I end up listening to that. Birmingham. Awesome. Thank you, BB. Let's see. What are you doing?
Getting crackers.
Of course he's getting crackers. Let's see. What was my fave Black Album track? Probably, I think I said it, Super Funkacalifragisexy, followed closely by Rock Hard in a Funky Place. I really like those. Let's see. I'm looking for questions here. Questions. Well, I mean, really sounds like everybody's just really excited about the deal, which is good. Because I'm also pretty darn excited about it. Yeah, I'm just so excited about that. So, a couple of other things that are happening here. So I actually was able to find the right person to contact to possibly get a press pass when I go to the 4U symphony concert. So I'm excited about that. I'm actually really super excited about that. Just the possibility that I'm going to have the option of doing that. The time is coming to Clearwater, which is about 45 minutes from here, and coming with Sheila E. So that's my next thing, is I'm trying to figure out how I can get the press pass for that. Now, I did interview Jelly Bean, so I'm hoping that maybe I can leverage that a little bit. But but otherwise, I'm starting fresh here. So like, I got to see if I can get in there, because if I can interview Morris or Sheila, that would be amazing. I'd even interview Jelly Bean again. He was a great person to interview. So, I would totally do that. I'm also, my birthday is coming up. So, my wife got me tickets to the Janelle Monáe concert that's coming here. So, that's going to be really awesome as well. So, just thought I'd share a couple of other things with you guys. Jaden's Productions, I got you into Prince. Whoa, that is a huge compliment. Thank you so much. I'm glad that kind of like what I'm doing here does help. Like, and it does help to keep his legacy alive. It does help to keep his music fresh and to get other people to want to listen to Prince, because that's the important thing. Is like, there's a lot of reasons to not listen to Prince, and I have a whole video series where I'm going through them. But really, the one reason to listen to Prince is that his music is amazing, and that's why you should. So can I do some Queen reviews? I have that on the lists, but my list got thrown off entirely when like day job kind of took over my life for a little bit there, and then like I'm completely backed up on my reviews. So I have a bunch of reviews to get through before I do any Queen, but Queen is on the list. So there you go. Am I going to make a video of my Prince collection? Well, I think I actually answered that earlier. My Prince collection is like gone away, so I'm thinking about possibly repurchasing it all, because I think that would be fun to get fresh things and open them in front of you guys and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that. What's happening right now? Well, that's a very general question. This is called a live stream. It's wonderful. I'm a jerk. I'm sorry. Did you see the Jeopardy episode where they did Prince as a category? No, I did not. You know what I did see, though, is my wife was making me watch Trading Spaces, the new season, and they had one lady who was really hoping that her friend was going to make her a Prince room. And they didn't. And instead of doing a Prince room, they messed up her whole house, and it was really bad. So if you guys get to see that episode, it was pretty fun. It was a fun episode, but like, I don't think that they didn't do a very good job. I'm also not that big of a fan of Trading Spaces. My wife really likes that show, but I watched that one because I was going to see what they were going to do with Prince. So let's see. So did I see the supposed album release this summer from Anna Fantastic and the Fantasia Erotica video? I have not. I have no clue what that is. I don't know who Anna Fantastic is, and maybe I'm behind the times, but I really don't know. So, do I like Peru? Where was I watching the World Cup? I don't watch sports, so it's the same person who asked that, and it's Gianella. All right, Gianella, come on. If you're going to be part of this, let's fall in line. Let's ask some questions that I can answer. I already answered that I don't watch any sports. Friend, what was my name in the MPG Music Club? Very good question. That was such a long time ago. I really don't know. I don't remember it. What's the best way to contact me? Well, you can hit me up on Twitter. That's at PrincessFriendYT. You can also send me an email. Like, I'm pretty open. Like, my email is princessfriendyt@gmail. So send me an email if there's something that you need to talk about. I'm definitely open. So do that. Did I ever like the band Sublime? That's a good question. Not so much. It's hard for me to get into kind of the and I don't mean this derogatorily, but like white boy reggae bands out there. I think 311 is probably the only one that kind of scratches that itch that I actually enjoy, and the rest of them are just kind of okay. But I don't think Sublime is bad, but I never got into them. So there you go. So let's see. Yes, I love the time, man. Sheila E. And thank you. My birthday isn't for like a month, but thank you. Thank you. Uh, the best birthday present you guys can give me is to keep sharing the videos and telling other people about the channel, and let's see how quickly we can hit 10,000. Because again, like I said, when we hit 10,000, it's not just that like, hey, I get bragging rights. We get a lot more options as a community once we hit 10,000. So I really want to hit that goal as soon as possible. And really, I can't do it without you guys. So I really need you guys to help me spread the word about the channel so we can get to that 10,000 mark. And it's going to be so wonderful when we get there. According to YouTube, these are the things that YouTube has told me is going to happen at 10,000. It's funny thing is that it's going to suck. Like if we get there and then it's just like, oh, well, you get to put like a check mark next to your name. You get certified. Hopefully it's not just that. Hopefully it's going to be really awesome stuff like I'm imagining. But it should be like a whole like forum area where we can actually have discussions in there and not just in the comments. We'll be able to have it like in the community section. So I'm really excited about that. And I can't wait to get that because I know that I want to have more interaction with you all. So yeah, there you go. Have I ever listened to the solo album by Eric Leeds? I haven't, but I actually have one downloaded that I'm pretty excited to listen to. Obviously, I have listened to a lot of the F Deluxe, and he does an amazing job with adding things to the tracks with his flutes and his jazzy stuff that it does. Let's see. Big fan of the Minneapolis Sound. Did they make a documentary about it? They should. If they haven't, they should. I guess is all I can say. Yeah, Suzanne. Yeah, the trading spaces with the stupid little red Corvette. Well, we put a little red Corvette on the table. It's like, what is it? That's just a car. That's not even a Corvette. It was dumb. It was just dumb. Let's see. Anna Fantastic dated Prince back then, and his voice is on the Fantasia Erotica video. Oh, okay. I mean, I'll check it out. That's the weird thing is that I never, again, and I think I've said this several times, like it's all about the music for me. I never once was like, who's he dating? Like that, who did he have beef with? Like that wasn't what he was about. And that's not why I listened to his music. I listened to it for the music and for the message and for the spirituality and the positivity and so many other things. So like when you say Anna Fantastic, I'm like, I have no clue who that is. I know who his two wives were because he was legally married to them. So, and we obviously know Apollonia and we know Vanity and Sheila E. And we know like the ones that were very prominent, but Anna Fantastic, I've never heard of her. I'm willing to give her a shot though. That's not say anything bad about her. Just do I have a favorite concert DVD? Is there a concert that I'm hoping gets released or re-released? I think I said this in the last one, but when I was at Celebration, there was we got to see his very first piano and a mic date that he did at Paisley Park. And I really want that DVD. I want that released on DVD like right now. But it's going to take a little bit but Sony eventually will have rights to all of that stuff. So eventually maybe they'll decide to do that. And Sony being, they have movies behind them. They have all kinds of stuff. So I'm thinking it's going to work out. I think it's going to work out. Have you ever thought about how many times Prince mentions marriage in his songs? That just occurred to me lately. Well, I mean, he believed in a certain amount, a certain number of things. He believed that marriage not only was a wonderful thing, but it enhanced love and it enhanced everything that came along with it. So that's why he talked about it a lot, because for him, it was a big part of that stuff. So yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's interesting, but he talks more about that as he gets later on. But I think he's, at a certain age, you don't want to just fool around and do dumb stuff all the time anymore. So, is the Family album going to be on Apple Music? I don't know. Very good question. Can I choose favorite talent of Prince? Voice, piano, guitar, songwriting? That's a very good question, Vicky. If I had to pick my favorite, I probably would say the guitar, followed closely by voice. Because here's the thing about his songwriting is that musically his songwriting was really awesome, but like you can listen to some of his lyrics and you could tell sometimes he was like, literally, I just wanted to have a word that rhymed there, So and it happens, So, but yeah, so there's that. I have a symbol tattoo on my leg. You have one on your arm. Do you plan on getting any more Prince inspired tats? I don't think so, Sherry. I think that the one that I got I think that's perfect, and I might get it touched up eventually. But I don't think I need another Prince tattoo. Even if I did, I don't know what it would be. So, I do have a couple of other Prince tattoos that I do, or I have another couple of tattoos that I want to get, but they're not necessarily Prince inspired. So, let's see. Do I agree that Prince went back to his older style on Lotus Flower in 2010? No, I don't. I didn't hear any of that. Not really. Let's see. Let's see. Will you review the Bria Valente album when I get to Lotus Flower? Yes, Lotus Flower, MPLS Sound, and Bria Valente. I do have all three of them, and I will be doing those as a set when I do get to that. Yes. Let's see. And I'm going to be doing Carmen Electra's album pretty soon here because I think it was released around this time too. So, did I know that Mavis Staples made the Prince song Positivity? Yeah, dude. Yeah, I did a. You're asking me stuff that I've done videos for. It's on her album, The Voice. I did a whole video review for her album, The Voice, like a year ago. So go watch that if you want to hear a little snippet of her cover of Positivity, which I actually think she did a pretty good job on. Let's see. Oh, I didn't know that Anna Fantastic was who he wrote Vicky Waiting for, except it was called Anna Waiting. So she's the Anna. I knew it was called Anna Waiting before. Thank you for the information, Vicky. See, that's the cool thing about this is like, I never claim to like know everything. I know a lot and I have a big mouth, so I have a channel. But definitely, I mean, everybody can learn things. Everybody can learn things. Let's see. Have I ever heard some of the work Prince did with Tony Lemans? No, I don't think I have. So yeah. Do I like If I Was Your Girlfriend? Yes. One of my very favorite songs. I especially like the version that he did in the Sign of the Times movie. I like that version way better than the album version. I don't know, it just had more emotion. He threw his screams into it. I thought it's just really, really awesome. Let's see. Am I going to do another album review? Well, that seems like a very easy question to answer, but thank you, Jose. I appreciate it. Yes. The last one I did was for the Purple Medley, which I'm happy to say, actually, there were a lot of people who did not own the Purple Medley and ended up picking it up because I told them about it. So that makes me feel good. Like I always like knowing that I am touching you guys in some way, because that's the point, right? Like I'm not just doing this for my health. I'm doing it because you guys, that there's a need. I think that there's a need for this. So, so let's see here. Let's see. I missed my spot. Oh my God. Do I think Prince ever improvised while recording? Yes. And I also know this, that Prince was a big fan of, even if there were technical glitches, he would leave it in because it felt authentic. If you guys have listened to Love Sexy, the track where, he's, doing the, oh, pretty little whip, that part, and there's like the beep, 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 kind of like skip of the track and there's a beep. That was actually a technical issue that happened, but Prince liked the way it sounded, so he just left it. But that technically, that was a mistake. I liked it. I always thought that it was like a censor, like a self-censor thing, but I found out, I think that was Shit. Who? I'm trying to remember her name now, and I suck. She's a member of the PRM alumni, and she used to catalog all his music and stuff, and used to help him with his recordings. And I can't remember her name because I'm a terrible person. But I think it was an interview with her where she said that Prince liked to keep technical glitches on the tracks and whatnot. So, how many instruments did Prince play? Sherry, I'm going to give you the answer that Prince gave Dick Clark: 1,000,000. um. So let's see. I've read he played 28. Yeah, and I'm sure there's actual numbers, but I'm gonna go with his answer. It's funnier. Are those graphic novels on my bookshelf? Actually, they're not. They're role-playing games because I don't know how many of you guys know, but my day job is I write role-playing games and I'm a game designer and I do that stuff. So they're not graphic novels. I do have some graphic novels, but that's not what you're seeing in the shot. Those are actually role-playing games. So let's see. Would Sony release any Prince-related artists? Now, see, that's a whole other question because I know that the deal has been signed for Prince's music, but I don't know if that extends to Suzanne Rogers. Thank you, Latrice. But I don't know if that extends to. I don't know if that extends to the bands that he helped get signed and were technically all his music, but weren't under his name. So I don't know. Like, for instance, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how it works.
Good night.
Oh, good night, Bubby. Mwah. You want to say hello? You want to say good night to my friends? All of our friends? Good night. Say bye.
Bye.
So yeah, oh, he's so cute. He's at the age now where he sometimes will do stuff on command. So I'm glad that he said bye, because usually we say bye and he goes, no. So so let's see. Favorite guitar solo from Prince when he was performing My Guitar Gently Weeps. Yep. I believe that was number 2 on my list. Go watch the best Prince guitar solos. We did a whole video, me and Mr. Ant. We did one, and it was a really fun video. Am I still doing the contest for the Prince piano and a mic? Hey, dude, Jose, I think I told you this in the comments. When it comes out, then we'll do something with that. But I don't know what I'm doing right now. It's not coming out till September. So slow your roll, man. I got you, man. Everybody will have a chance. It's okay. Is there an album that I haven't heard in years? No. I listened to all of them, and actually around the time of his born day earlier this month, I actually restarted from the beginning and listened all the way through again. So like I've listened to all of his music pretty recently. So let's see. I'm not even going to try your question, Voltron, but thank you. Thank you for at least trying to keep it interesting. Do I own Crystal Ball? Yes. And Crystal Ball comes shortly after. That's the one after Chaos and Disorder. So I'll have it soon. I have a couple of extra reviews before we get to the Gold Experience. And then we'll be going Gold Experience and then Chaos and Disorder. And then Crystal Ball after that. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. What is my favorite Prince live performance? That is kind of a hard one. I really liked the 2013 Montreux concerts that were up on YouTube a while ago. I had downloaded those from YouTube because, oh my gosh, they're amazing. But honestly, that's kind of how it's feeling. Like, it was really cool to see them play Big City live when they did that. It was really, really awesome. All right, so I wonder how many unrealized movies Prince has in his vault. I know of like 3 others, but who knows? Have I wrote or games we might know about? Yeah, maybe. I write a lot of my own stuff. I do a lot of kids games and stuff that's very niche, so you might not have heard about it, but I was part of the team that got to write the Firefly RPG, if you guys know anything about the Firefly show, Joss Whedon's, sci-fi Western show. I got to write some stuff for some of that game, so that's pretty fun. Let's see. My job sounds interesting. Could I tell you more? All right, I'm not going to belabor it, but I will tell you guys a little bit. So I do, if you guys have ever heard of role-playing games, they're like like Dungeons and Dragons. It's basically you and a bunch of your friends sit around a table. You guys all make your characters, and you participate in collective storytelling, where you guys have a lot of fun just talking and conversing, but taking roles and telling stories and stuff like that. And basically what I do is I design rules to make that sort of thing flow and work well. And I have a few different games that I've created, and just look me up. You guys will find me. Uh, but thank you for taking an interest in what I do other than this channel. But, you know, I don't want to spend too much time talking about that. Did I know that Ballad of Dorothy Parker was glitched too? Suzanne Rogers confirmed it. Which part, if you can tell me, Tony, which part was it that was? Because I'll go back and listen to it because I want to hear if it was. Do I speak Spanish to him? Oh, I should speak Spanish to him. I don't speak any Spanish, you know, but beyond what I tend to remember from 2 years of high school in Spanish. But I've been actually learning some Chinese, and I don't know a lot, but I've been learning some. Like I can count to 10 in Chinese and stuff like that. So I don't know why, but like being of Spanish descent, like it doesn't make me, I don't know, like I feel so disconnected from that half of my life. Like I've never really wanted to learn any Spanish, but then Chinese is like, whoa, I really want to learn Chinese. So anyway, yes. So yeah. And I just got to the comments about, Evan. Yes, he is super adorable. And I'm glad that he got to show his face. Cause last month, I tried to get him to come on. He's like, no. So there you go. Yes, I would say that Evan is the youngest Prince fan that I know, because he is 2 and he jams out. If I put on some Bat Dance, ooh, he loves that. And thank you. Yes. So, am I excited to hear Coffee and Cocaine? Well, tell me about that, Wesley, because I actually have no clue what that is. Who do I like better, Michael Jackson or Prince, if I could only pick one? Well, the name of the channel is Prince's Friend. Need I say more? So, my favorite performance would be I Would Die For You and Baby I'm a Star from the Purple Rain tour. Yeah, I think that those were good. Would I consider making a documentary about the Prince community? I mean, I think I would be interested in being a part of a documentary like that. I don't think I could be the one in charge of it. And here's the reason why. And this is something that comes up every so often, is that my enjoyment of Prince has always been a very personal thing for me. And it's weird because I don't consider myself as having been part of the Prince community before he died. Like, I felt like he would release an album and it was almost like he released that album for me, and I would go buy it and then I would consume it, and and that's how that would work. So I am now part of the community, and I've been learning so much more having been now part of the community, not only just from my talks with Michael Dean, and just kind of running into, talking with the Purple Underground, and just consuming all of these other people who have been in the community much longer than I have, and it's odd because like there are people who were already doing what I'm doing, but like my channel has surpassed theirs, and it's one of those things like I'm just like I don't even understand really how it works. I don't know how algorithms work or whatever, but like I know that like the Violet Reality, they're like they do the like the administration of like the Prince forums, just like they've been in it for years and years and years. Michael Dean's been doing the Prince podcast for years and years and years. Even Purple Underground, they've been doing videos for years and years and years. Mr. Ant, Night Child, all these other channels, they've been doing this for years. And then I pop up and, I'm like, hey, what about me? I want to talk about Prince too. And, it's like people seem to really enjoy what I do, which is why I keep doing it. So, I mean, if you guys watch it, I will make it. So, but anyway, if there was ever a documentary like that, I would like to think that they would ask me to maybe be a part of it, and I would love to contribute in some way, but I don't know if I would be the one to actually do it. So there you go. Yay. So let's see. We have about 20 minutes left. So I'm going to try and get through as many questions. I don't want to leave anybody hanging. Which version of Something in the Water do I think is best? 1999 version for me. Are there other versions? I mean, I know that he kind of did that song with Third Eye Girl, like later, but I didn't actually know that there were other versions. So tell me. I run Dungeons and Dragons games. I love Gen 4. I actually don't run D&D. I am not a D&D fan, but I reference D&D because that is the easiest, and everybody has heard of Dungeons and Dragons, even if they don't know what it is. Like, that's a kind of like, hey, do you know what Dungeons and Dragons is? Yes. Well, cool. Like, I have a Supers game, and I have a Ninja game, and I have all my other games, and it plays similarly to Dungeons and Dragons, but they're all of my own design and have nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons because I don't like Dungeons and Dragons. And not that I don't really like it, but like, it's just not for me. Do I think there's extended versions of all the songs on Purple Rain? Yes. And I've actually heard a few of them. When I was at Celebration and I was driving in the car with my friend Stone, he was playing me, like he played me an extended cut of The Beautiful Ones. I was like, oh, I didn't even know that like, it wasn't even a big change. It was just like near the end, there was like maybe 15-20 seconds of additional stuff that they ended up cutting out. So there definitely is, like, even if it's only slightly longer, there are definitely extended cuts of those songs. So what's my favorite from One Night Alone? That's not really one that I know like all off the top of my head. If I recall, that's the one that has a few different covers on it. So I'm actually going to bring it up because I'm on my computer and all my songs are here on the computer. So let's bring up One Night Alone, and then I can tell you, because I listened to this one just recently, but it's actually a shorter album. So it kind of just like came and went, and then I was on to the next. Oh no. There it is. Okay. My trackpad has lost its power. Oh, no. All right. Well, I can't tell you now because my trackpad has lost its power. But yeah, so I will come back to that question when my trackpad comes back online, I guess. So, so what ended up happening was, actually, I can get it back online right now. Technical difficulties, sorry. No, that's the wrong plug. I need it plugged in over here. Didn't you love this? See, y'all make me do this stuff. I wouldn't even be messing with this if it questions. I gotta reference things because I can't just answer. I'm not just gonna throw something out there. All right, so my trackpad's working now. So, where's One Night Alone? Lucina, One Night Alone. Yeah. I actually really liked that version of Here on Earth from One Night Alone. So there you go. All right, let me come back to me and away from my iTunes. Okay. Let's see. Do I like the time? Yeah, I've done reviews for the time already. How did I start my channel? I basically just started it. Like, that's actually the thing about YouTube channels, are immensely easy to start. It's just a matter of, can you do anything with it? And when I started, I posted a whole bunch of really rare clips and interviews and performances that I had, just like a lot of people were doing, and like some people do now. And a lot of it got taken down, and I almost lost my channel. So I don't do that anymore. So Am I Puerto Rican? Yes, I'm half Puerto Rican as well. Hey, me and you, Sherry, right there. I should do a video. What is this? I should do a video of Prince's live performance and state my opinion on it and stuff. Yeah, I've been asked to do reviews of his live performances. The problem is that what I've been trying to do is do reviews for the things that people can actually get. Like I could do a review of the super rare concert that nobody's ever seen except me, but like does that tell you anything? Like that doesn't tell you guys anything. Like the whole thing here is about shared experiences and whatnot. So anyway, so maybe one day I'll start doing live performances, but there's so many, you know, albums out there that I still need to do. There you go. Alex Express, I don't know what you were apologizing for. But thank you, because I just saw you did a super chat, so thanks. Thank you for that. Do I wonder if Prince really understood how much his Purple fan loved him? I think so. I think he loved us back. That's why he kept doing what he did. That's why he kept giving back. That's why he kept making music. That's how it works. Let's see. We see you're a genuine, pure Prince friend. I'm not a fan. Thank you, C. Castillo, though. Happy last Thursday of the month. Thank you. I'm glad that you guys feel that this is actually a really fun time when I come on last Thursday of the month. Maybe I'll do it more later when I'm not as busy. Because if this is fun for you guys, I just decided to do it once a month because I was doing it once like every 2 or 3 months, and you guys wanted more, so I was like, okay, once a month then. But I don't know. I don't even know if I could fit in more than once a month, but we'll see. I stated in the February live stream that I am a fan of Stone Temple Pilots, and since I review non-Prince albums, can I review Purple? And yes, I definitely plan on doing Purple, specifically Purple, because Core was a good album, but it was very grungy, and Purple was where I got into Prince, or where I got into STP, because what ended up happening with that was like my mom was into Stone Temple Pilots, the very first album, and she would play it a lot, and I was like, I don't know, this is, I mean, I'll just go listen to Alice in Chains because this is what I'm getting, because basically Stone Temple Pilots' first album was their best impression of Alice in Chains. So, but their second album, Purple, was where they came into their own, they developed their own sound, and they became amazing. So I definitely want to probably start with Purple. Core's good, but I'll probably start with Purple. So which band do I like best, Revolution or Third Eye Girl? Well, Third Eye Girl. I really like Third Eye Girl, like, a lot. And Third Eye Girl has Ida Nielsen. So, I mean, any band that Ida Nielsen is part of is who you want. Let's see. And I do want to do a shout out. I want to do a shout out to Hispanic Catholic, who is a subscriber here at the channel. And they have been doing an amazing job going in and adding they've been going in and adding subtitles to a lot of my videos. So if you look at some of my earlier videos, now there's subtitles. They added some for a couple of my later ones, but like the latest ones that we just posted were for the single spotlights for some of the tributes to Prince, and that I did, I think, last year around the anniversary of his death. So thank you again to Hispanic Catholic, because you jump in there and you really seriously have been, you're enhancing the channel by adding those subtitles. And if anybody else wants to add subtitles, please feel free. I would love to have all of the videos have subtitles, but I didn't even know this, and I posted it on Twitter today. I didn't even realize that I'm over 300 videos in. That's a lot of videos, and over about 2 years. So that's about 150 videos a year. And if you do the math, that means basically that is around 2.5 videos a week or a day, about 2.5 videos a day. So is that math right? Wait a minute. Or something like that, or like a video every other day. I'm gonna go with that. That's probably right. Let's see. Yeah, hit share on all of it. Just do it all over the place. That stuff helps. Thank you. I don't always agree with the Purple Underground opinions on Prince. Yeah, but you know what, Vicky, not everybody agrees with my stuff that I say either. And that's actually okay. Like, I enjoy listening to other people's opinions on stuff, and they don't have to agree with me. Of course, I believe that my opinion is the better opinion, but I actually really do like hearing other ways to interpret things. And, me and the Purple Underground, like we chat back and forth here and there. We comment on each other's videos. And it was really cool to meet them in person and actually be able to say hi to them at Celebration. And hopefully next year we're able to do that more so. So that's what I would hope. That. Let's see. Which version of I Would Die For You do I like? The movie version or the extended version? Well, I really like Sheila E.'s drums on the extended version, but I think the album version is actually it's like a really tight track. Like, Prince gets in there, the lyrics are good, it doesn't overstay its welcome, and then it's gone, and then it cuts into the next track. And I think that might be part of the extended version's problem, is that it really does. It just kind of seems like it's just weird. I don't know. It just seems like it's longer, and it's like, oh, cool, we could have been on to the next track already. See there? Probably not everybody agrees with that. What is the age of the youngest Prince friend I've encountered? I'm 14, almost 15. I think probably around 14. Like, that's a good age. I got into Prince when I was like 12. So I was a little bit ahead of the curve, but like 13, 14, that's a good age for that. So I've grown on you. Well, thank you, Alex. Good to know I'm like a fungus. I would love to see you contribute to a documentary about Prince community. You're very relatable, honest, generous, and warm-hearted. You seem observant and like a good listener. Thank you so much. And that's actually part of the thing. I remember I was saying that, like, my writing skills and stuff at the beginning of the video, there is some of that stuff that might be like, I'm really happy that I was actually asked to be a part of this project, but I don't want to talk about the project because it's not solidified, but I was asked to be part of the project. So it's really cool. As soon as I can, I will totally talk about it, though. Trust me, it's going to be really cool. Do I plan on reviewing Shaka's new album, which consists of songs Prince wrote? Yes. I did a video about it last year because she said it was going to be out this year. If you have information, Marcus Welby, if you have information on that album, please send it to me, because I actually really would like to check into that and start updating my schedule, because I'm definitely doing a review of that. I've been waiting for that Shaka album for a while because of the news that I got last year. I'm also going to be reviewing Shaka's album. I think it's called Come to My House. Definitely doing that one, but I'm not quite there yet. That's around Crystal Ball era. So I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. Growing my hair back. Yes, actually. I shaved it a few months ago, and I've been growing it back. And right now it's at a weird kind of awkward length, but it's coming back. Let's see. Do I think I'll do another singing video? It's weird because I did that one, and you guys really seem to like it, so thank you. But I don't know. I'm really shy. I'm really shy about my singing voice. Like, not if I'm driving in the car. Like, if you're in the car and I'm driving, like, I don't care. I'll just sing. But like, yeah, like, I don't know. Prince taught me how to sing, which is why I'm able to sing his songs so well. I don't necessarily know if I'm a great singer, but I can sing his songs really well. But I could. And the whole thing too is that I would like to get my hands on more, I guess, karaoke kind of backtracks. Like, the reason that I did solo when I did do a singing track was because it's a cappella and I didn't need to find any music for it. So I could do something like that if I could do like an a cappella something. Maybe I'll layer my own voice doing beats and stuff like that, because I could beatbox a little bit. Maybe I'll do a Reggie Watts type thing. Ooh, I should get one of those things where I can do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to buy one of those Reggie Watts things, and I'm going to record myself and then overlay. I think it's going to be amazing. So, Let's see. But thank you for that question. And I'm glad that you like the stuff that I did. So, or you didn't actually say that you liked it. You just asked me if I was gonna do it. It would be so funny if you were like, "Are you gonna do any more singing videos?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I might." Like, don't. And I'd be like, "Oh." Um, sorry, I'm making myself laugh and I'm wasting our time. Am I going to do some Marilyn Manson albums? Yes, I do plan on doing some Marilyn albums soon. The only problem that I see with that is I don't know how much Marilyn Manson and Prince fans cross over. I know that I am a fan of both, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens when I release that video, because then we'll see how many people end up liking it, because that's kind of the thing is, if you guys don't watch the videos, I tend to not make more videos like that. Because the idea behind having the channel is to make videos that people want to watch. So if I make this review over here and I get 2,000, 3,000 hits, and I make this one and I get 300, probably not going to make something that's like that one over here anymore. So if you like a video that I'm doing, or even a video series, make sure that you watch it and you share it and you hit the like and hit the bell notification thing. I always say that because that's like a algorithm thing. It's so dumb. Revolution or MPG or Third Eye Girl? MPG is actually a hard one to define because he had like 3 or 4 different iterations of MPG. So I am going to say Third Eye Girl just to save on that. I know how to play the electric guitar. That's awesome. I've actually been considering learning how to play the guitar because I was just recently listening to The Truth, and I was like, oh, like if I had a guitar and I knew how to do the song The Truth, I would totally do that for you guys. Because again, like that's an acapella thing. Like it's just a guitar, and I could just, if I know how to play the guitar, then I can just play it. And I think it would be really, really cool. Quintarius Gaines. Actually, we have a video called the top 5 Prince tearjerkers. Go check that one out, because you say that your saddest song is Sometimes It Snows in April. And I want you to go watch that video and see if your opinion is the same as the opinion of me. And it was Funk Child who was on that video with me. So go see. We'll see. All right. So I'm going to try and go through all of these things real quick. Do my kids like Prince? Yes. They don't like how much I play Prince, but when I am playing Prince, they do tend to enjoy it. I can't see a follow button on my Facebook. There should be one. I don't know why there isn't. It's facebook.com/princessfriend. Possibly Princess Friend YT. I don't remember, but check for both. Tony M sued Prince. Well, that's kind of a misnomer. Tony M and Levi Caesar Jr. were trying to get the rights to things, and Prince was stopping them, the same way that Prince stopped the family, the same way that Prince stopped the time, and all of that stuff. Hashtag don't be a dick. He was very protective over the things that he thought was his, and did not want to share. There you go. Did you do a review on people he was mentoring? So I have a few different categories on my channel. There's Prince reviews, and then there's the Prince family reviews. So go check that out, because the Prince family tree is everybody who's related to Prince but not Prince. So go check that out. Let's see. I saw The Revolution last year and it was great. Oh, awesome. I disagreed with your opinion on Velvet Kitty Cat, which is an underrated song, but your videos are great and keep it up. And yeah, that's the thing that I was saying. Like, I know everybody doesn't agree with my stuff. Do I think that I'll return a live music? Wait, what do you think of the return of live music to Prince Paisley Park After Dark? I actually really like it. I was actually just looking at some of the different types of things, and one of them was, if you get the VIP ticket, you get the chance to record your voice over some Prince music in Paisley Park. And I really seriously want to go back to Paisley Park just to do that now. It's expensive, but to be able to say that you have recorded in Paisley Park, even just a small snippet, is awesome. And, of course, we all have the dream that you're going to do it. And then, whoever's behind the booth is going to be like, you're amazing. I want to give you a record contract right now. Probably won't happen, but, so there's that. Mindy, no, I don't only do Prince, and I'm sorry if that is a turnoff for you, but I do not do only Prince reviews. I do other people, not only people who are related to Prince. I also do other reviews as well. So sorry, like this is what this channel is. And if you watch the trailer video, it is not just a Prince channel. We do a lot of Prince and we cover a lot of Prince topics and whatnot, but it's also about learning how to listen to music with the ear that Prince has kind of taught us to have. And that's also part of it, is to be able to listen to music and dissect it and understand where it's coming from. So there you go. I am going to have to cut it out there. Thank you so much, guys. That's my hour and a half. We did an amazing thing here. Honestly, this hour and a half went by so fast, I didn't even realize that we had been an hour and a half. But yeah, so thank you so much for coming out. I do want to remind everybody that we do have the Twitter. That's at Princess Friend YT. We do have the Facebook group. That's facebook.com/Princess Friend. I believe Princess Friend YT or just Princess Friend. But don't forget that we have the Patreon going on, which is at patreon.com/Princess Friend. That money that gets given that way is different than the money that I get from the videos, but it's just another way to support the channel. And I think I have like 8 or 9 people who are totally backing me on there, and you can back for like $1. Like I'm not asking for a lot or anything, but what that does is it allows me to be able to purchase new things. Like I actually just got a new tripod and a new light, and I'm trying to work on a new setup for some of these videos where I'll be able to actually have a much better setup. Like I bought that new mic where I did the whole unboxing and stuff like that. So these are the kinds of things that that any of the money that I make from the channel, I put it back into the stuff. And again, like one of the things that I kind of want to do now is I kind of want to start rebuying the Prince albums and in doing unboxing videos, which of course only really happens if I have money to do that. So, so anyway, thank you guys so much for coming here and listening to me ramble and asking questions and being a part of the community. Never stop being you guys. Thank you so much. And as always, may you live to see the dawn. Bye, everybody. Have a great night.